happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I thank you for tuning into this special where I had the privilege and honor of sitting down and having a conversation with my father, my first king, on his diamond celebration of life. That is his 60th birthday. Yes, people, the man is 60. I learned some things, and you're going to learn some things about the both of us. So sit back and enjoy this conversation between a king and his princess. My first question is, when did you become a father, and to who?
Then become a father.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long, long time ago, like almost 35 years.
Hey, it wasn't that long ago.
I was 55. It was like ancient times since I'm actually 60 today. So I was like a little boy, now I'm a grown man.
What was your first thought when you found out you were going to be a father?
First thought was sense of happiness because we have been trying to get pregnant, and basically we had come to the conclusion like, you know what, this planning thing ain't working, so we just forget about planning. So it went from procreation to recreation. and then recreation morphed into procreation. I was at work, and she called me, and guess what? It's pregnant. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was kind of scared. I was happy. It was a bunch of emotions. Because to be honest, things weren't going as great as we wanted. So when that happened, oh man, got to recalibrate this relationship. What you did?
And what was your first thought when did you all know my sex before I came into the world, or did you find out when I came into the world?
We didn't know because that wasn't something that was that important to us, so we decided to wait. As far as I can remember, I don't remember. I don't remember knowing before you came because, of course, I wanted a boy. And it was like, yeah, the first one's got to be a boy. And, out you came, and thought it was a girl, and after that was it was like a shock to realize that, oh, there was something else to be concerned about, not just about the sex, about your health, and that was challenging.
So we'll get to that. What was your first thought when you saw that I was a daughter, that I was a girl, that you were going to be the father of a daughter? What was your first thought?
I was happy. I mean, I wasn't so disappointed that I had a boy. I was happy because I always like women, and I have my own woman now that I have made. So I was happy to have a daughter. It was overjoyed. Real.
As having a girl, were you scared or nervous or had any reservations about my future as far as dealing with the opposite sex? Why or why not? At first, because I know
you being a girl, or just you being a girl with disability.
Just being a girl, because there's a lot of, as you saw in as an example, Bad Boys, they ganged up on the guy that daughter was dating. A lot of men have that have that in them to do that, or they kind of, for lack of a better term, they seem like they're scared, or they're just nervous, or they don't want their daughter to just be with any old body. And I guess them as a man, or as them as an individual, and that daughter being an individual, they don't have that control or that choice. It's ultimately the daughter's choice. So was that a scary thing for you?
No, it wasn't. And I think it stems from the fact that I'm from a big family, lots of females, strong females. So it was, no, that wasn't a concern at all. Because most of the women I grew up with were always strong, and just thinking you are from that family gene pool, so I didn't think you were going to be a weakling. So that wasn't a concern at all. I mean, I just knew you were going to grow up to be a strong woman. And look at you now.
As far as, besides me and the family I come from being a family of strong women, did you, because you didn't have any clue about who I would come across or who I may be attracted to in my journey, and there's a lot of knuckleheads out here. Was that ever a concern for you? Or I can remember, this is something I have not really talked about, but when I was assaulted, I'll use that word, at school, my last week at Howard, and I ended up telling you, and we were on the shuttle, and we were getting off the shuttle, and my abuser was getting on, and I let him get on, and I let the shuttle drive off, and I said that was him. And he said, "Why are you just saying something?" So what in you, what was that in you that made you have that reaction? Or yeah.
Well, it's just the fact that, I mean, just to have someone that you created, someone that you raised, and then to find out that somebody took advantage of them like that was, you immediately get upset. Like, I mean, oh dear, the fact that happened to you, and not knowing all these years that it happened, and just to find out like that was not cool.
So you never had, so there was no reservation about growing up, and I don't know. I don't know how to word the question.
Just letting you loose in the world, and
no. like I said, with fathers being like, they don't want, did you ever have the feel like, I don't want my daughter to date until she's like 30 because you know how a male can be growing up as you being a male.
I just didn't know. I mean, I was because I knew you're gonna find your own path and you're gonna do your own thing, and there was nothing. I mean, at a given point, that at a given age, there was nothing I could do about it. I had already accepted that fact, and there was nothing I could do about it. Because I mean, at a certain age, like I said, you're a grown woman, and you're gonna make your choices, and whether I like it or not, you're gonna stick with that choice. So
there are a lot of men who have daughters that are scared or nervous for that daughter to find a man similar to that man. Is that something that you have a concern of, or that is as of concern?
You find somebody that's similar to me?
I mean,
no.
I mean, everybody. I know everybody's different, but there's this saying that people of the opposite sex, they married their parent. Like people say, a daughter marries their father, a son marries their mother, but then of course in another person.
No, because there are some things about me that I don't consider great. There's some things about me that I consider great. So it's like, no. You make your own choice. I mean, I'm not concerned about you picking somebody that has my characteristics. No, no.
Do you consider yourself a girl dad, and why?
Yes.
Why?
Reason you.
Elaborate.
Because after you were born, and we decided to take you home. We took you home. Yeah. Your mom can speak on this. I mean, you're it. I mean, we were always together. I mean, despite with your big old cast and hit me and everything, I was always wanted you with me whenever I had with me. You were like my twin, only a lot younger. So yeah, just having you, I mean, having that precious gift that God gave us. If I wasn't girl dad after you were born, I definitely became. you were that special.
Okay, so we're going to get into those health issues that you alluded to. What was your first reaction when you saw? I know we talked about it before in the documentary, but talk about that again. When you saw the bubble on my back, and then when you heard the words spina bifida, hydrocephalus, and clubfoot.
Well, when I first started, I mean, of course, at the time I had no idea. I've never heard the word spina bifida. I didn't know what the bubble in your back. I didn't know what that meant. So these were all things that I had to learn afterwards. So initially it was more like, what is that? And it was more like not concern. It was more like kind of wanted to know why is that there, and how is that gonna affect your growth and your health? Because I guess say ignorance is bliss at the time, not knowing. I wasn't as scared as like now. If I known about all that stuff, I would be really scared. I probably broke up crying immediately. But not knowing, I was more curious than scared. Then once we learned about all the possible consequences of that bubble, then oh my God, then we were scared. I mean, of course, your mom was really petrified because, of course, she wanted to hold you, and then they had to take you away immediately. I'm sure that was very traumatic for her. But yeah, it was more curiosity, and then once we learned everything, not getting scared, because I mean, it's bad enough just being parents, because there's no parenting class that you go to. It's just basically like you learn as you go, and you go by what you learn from watching your parents. And now to deal with somebody preparing you and having to deal with something totally off of the left, was like, oh my God, it was scary.
Okay. So when they told you what could be, what was your thought? What was your feelings? What was your thought process?
One of the things that occurred to me is that, what, if there's something that we did wrong, and there's something that we could have done, that could have prevented this. Was it something that we just totally overlooked, and there's something more that we could have done? And after more research and talking, then there's more acceptance that things like this happen, that you just have to deal with. One of the biggest decisions that we had to make was having the shunt put in, because at first, I mean, you get different stories from different people. Like, oh, that's not necessary. Yes, it's necessary. It's not. And then I never remember I told you about this one little boy that was in the hospital at the time, and his parents decided not to give him have the shunt put in, and his head was enormous. Oh my God, no, we can't put our child through that. So that stuff and a lot of decisions was getting done. That in a way made it easier to decide, because I just couldn't see you going through that. Yeah, that kind of helped us decide. Yes, we have to go through and get the shot. But as far as the surgery and back and forth, that was immediate, because if they had to do that immediately, it was no something we had to decide that they had to go into your back and forth as possible. So yeah, the biggest decision immediately in the aftermath of your birth was getting that shot, because of everything they had to do, drill into this skull. Man, that was just trying to imagine you going through all that. Oh, that was tough. But I just seeing that other child and see how he was growing up, and just what he's gonna have to go through. Makes it easy.
Just curious. I never asked this question. I always wondered, how long was surgery, if you remember?
Surgery was long. It was long. I think it's probably at least, I think it was like between 5 to 8 hours. It was a long surgery. Be my roommate forever. Yeah, it was long. Just imagine, that was 35 years ago, so he could have 15 hours.
So when 1990, when 1988 came around and you found out that you were having the son you wanted, what was your thought?
Done. Yeah. We have fulfilled our purpose on earth. We here for the boy and the girl. Like, yeah, tell her, you got your girl, I got my boy, and that's it. No more, no need pregnancy. And we stuck to that. Yeah.
So what was the conversation as far as the name was concerned?
The name, OJ's name? I think there was much conversation. It was going to be a junior. I don't recall us having much conversation about it. I mean, there may have been some conversation about some other names, but we decided it was junior. It was. I mean, he was my boy. I wanted a junior. There's too much to talk about.
What has fatherhood taught you about life, and what do you hope your children have learned from you?
First and foremost, it taught me that life is tough, and there are no guarantees. And not having somebody to teach you as a parent, more like you learn, you watch, you learn, and you're trying to mirror your parents. In my case, my grandparents, and try to copy their life and try to show or to bring that same kind of structure in your parenting, and to let your children know that I teach them just how to be good people. And I think for the most part, that's what I want to impart to my children, that they learn that life is not easy, and you have to what's the word? But life is not easy. You just have to learn to go with the punches. I don't know. I don't know to put into words, but just learn to know that you have a responsibility to your parents' parents, just to continue with, dare I say, maintaining that good name of your parents. Make sure you don't squander the good time, the time that you have on this earth. sure you make something of it. And don't take anything for granted. As you can see, I mean, we of course end up getting the divorce. One of the worst things that I could think about when we got married, because I've always looked at my grandparents and said, oh my God, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be. And they were together until she passed. My grandma passed. So when that happens, that was devastating. But at the same time, you have to accept that reality that things like that happen. When it does, you can't let it affect your going forward. You know what I mean? You can't be so caught up in, oh, I gotta have this perfect life, and when it doesn't happen, then you just give up. You can't. You have to push through. So learning that nothing is guaranteed, and when things get tough, you just gotta push through. And don't get caught up in that perfect world, because it's not perfect.
What have we taught you about life, and are there any dreams or aspirations that you have for us?
Yeah, dreams and aspirations. I had envisioned having a doctor and a lawyer.
You're so silly.
I've always just wanted one of y'all to be happy and just find your passion, and knowing that you have to have a good life, and that good life, you have to balance that passion with, okay, am I going to be able to support my good life with this passion? And I need to be flexible. If things don't go as I initially planned in my head, be flexible, knowing that there may be different routes to the same destination. So don't get so hung up in this is all the way that I think I should go. But this is the only way that I know that's gonna work. So make yourself broaden your horizons, so to speak. So you won't be, don't get tunnel vision.
So what have we taught you?
You taught me about love, and because I mean, sometimes even now, and I rarely get into this mood. I don't want you to think I'm a depressed person, but sometimes I get really down, and I think about just the times we used to have played video games. I mean, I look back at that even now. I always smile because I remember just the joy we had together. And so if anything, y'all just showed me just how to let my inner child out, even though that was a parent. We're like all kids playing games, and that was some of the best times that I can recall with us having. Yeah.
Yeah, when you said that, the thought of the picture of us playing Nintendo came to my head.
You like so intense.
Yeah, I have to see if I can find it and put it in this.
I think I saw a picture the other day. It was like, yeah, I remember that.
has been your proudest moment as a father?
The proudest moment is just seeing you both graduate and become the adults that you all are. I mean, just having a conversation with you, having a conversation with OJ sometimes, they'll be like, am I talking to my son? No, it's like a whole different person. It's just that you guys are so articulate. It just makes me proud. You all are so articulate. You all have mastered that way of speaking. You know, it's just to communicate without the awkwardness. I don't know. That just made me proud that you guys have been through your school and actually it made a difference. I can see the difference. And just knowing that, I can see that you guys are happy for the most part. Seems like that's all I see, that when I'm around you all, that shines through that you guys are very happy.
Most of the time. Is there anything that you wouldn't want us to learn from you?
If anything is, now that it's something you can unlearn, but just the absence even before and after the divorce. If anything I want you guys to learn from it is that don't let life interfere with your relationship with your child or whatever. Make sure that stays uppermost in your mind. Maintaining a relationship, maintaining that closeness is important. So I think if anything, yes, you guys, I hope you guys learn that, because I'm guilty enough not to. So if anything, yes, most definitely that. Because you have to maintain that closeness in the relationship.
Is there anything else you want to say that I haven't asked? Any advice that you would have for fathers out there, young fathers, soon-to-be fathers, men who are thinking about being fathers, young men?
I don't think I have any shattering news about what to tell young fathers, because it's just as I was saying before, maintain your relationship with your offspring. I mean, be close to your children. Stay in the present. Don't be absent. Be there for them at all times, and put them first. Life is gonna get in the way, but you gotta remember your family is first.
Okay. What else? It came and it went. I guess, and I know you talked about this in the documentary too, what would be your advice for fathers who are fathers of disabled or children born with a birth defect?
I think first and foremost is talk to your children or child about what that's in that position, and make sure they understand that it's nothing against them, and make sure they accept the disability. That's the heart of it, because you can't separate the disability from who you are. You're one and the same. So it's a difficult thing to do, but especially when if there's something where that's going to keep your child, say, confined indoors, and then they can see their friends out playing, they can go out and play. It's very difficult to convey that to the child that it's okay. It's okay. I mean, you're still all right. You're still special. When they can see that, no, I'm different, and you gotta be able to articulate that. Yeah, you are different, but don't feel that difference makes you inferior to the kids that see you playing outside, or the kids that don't have to sit in a wheelchair all day. I think that's one of the most difficult things you have to do, is just impart to that child that it's okay to be you. Yes, you're different, but like I said, you're not inferior. You're just different, and it's okay. And accept the way you are, and just live your life. Because God all made us special. He has his reason. And you have to accept that. Can I say amen?
Huh?
Can I say amen?
Amen! Mr. Diamond! Mr. Diamond! Do you feel it?
I feel in my knees.
Hey, diamonds have flaws. That's what makes it beautiful, right?
Well, this don't feel beautiful at all. This feels painful. It doesn't feel beautiful, but it comes with age. And when you're young, you go out there and act crazy. And you say you're in good shape, but when you get 60, you start feeling that wear and tear. It adds up. So I think that's what I'm feeling now. Because I've been not unable to pinpoint what I did to my knee. It was like, why is this falling? Why is it painful? like, geez, just wear and tear. Doing all that running, marching in boots, running in boots and all that stuff. Yeah, coming back on me. I'm pumping on again.
You look like Mr. Clean doing that.
Yeah. Our shoulders are good. No more pain. No more pain. Thank God.
Good. Well, I think that's all I had.
Okay. Hope I answered all your questions.
I think you did. All right, Pop.
Yeah.
You too.
All right. Love you.
I love you too. Enjoy the rest of your special day.
I will.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Love you. Mwah. for spending the time to watch this special. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want to say a special thank you to my father for this opportunity. It was a great time. Like I said in the beginning, I learned some things, and this interaction made me just love you even more, made me understand you more, and I just appreciate your openness and your honesty. I love you. And again, happy Father's Day to you and all the fathers out there. And as always, be the daylight in someone else's life and enjoy the daylight in yours.